Hey! Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved this look. This look is one of the looks that Jennifer Lopez is wearing in her new music video for Dance Again. And it's the look where she's A, not sparkly, and B, not wearing the sort of crop top and her hair in a bun. It's the other one where she's sort of looking wide-eyed and kind of like, ooh, what's going on? So I actually really liked this particular look. I love purple. I love purple. Purple's actually my favourite colour, so JLo and I've got it going on. I just adored this look and I really wanted to share it with you. So yes, if you want to see how I achieved this look, then just keep watching. Start with a good glowy foundie. You don't want to use one that's going to look really matte because the skin is all dewy and nice. So I'm using NARS Sheer Glow because it's good. Don't use too much. I'm using the A Design Pointed Foundation brush to apply it because it's really good. It's basically the bomb.com, really good foundation brush. Smooth it all over the skin. Do not use too much foundation. You don't want to look like a cake face. You just want to look like your natural skin, but better. So natural but better. That's the look we're going for. So just whap that all over, tidy up your natural skin, even it out. And conceal any blemishes you may have. I'm using the Becca Compact Concealer because it's good. And I'm using the right hand side of the duo because the other one is one I specifically use for under eyes, but I don't really care today, so we're using the right hand side. And I'm applying it with the A Design Medium Concealer brush because it's great. It's hilarious how many A Design brushes I use. I'm not even sponsored by them. I actually buy them all myself. I just really like them. Cover up any blemishes you may have and pop a little around the outsides of your nose and under your eyes as well. We're just trying to emulate this whole dewy, glowy, fabulous skin look that JLo has got going on in the video, so just tidy up any areas that need tidying up, basically. And I'm going to take the A Design Flat Top Foundation brush because I love using this to buff out my concealer. And when I say buff out, I don't mean like remove and buff into the skin, I mean just smooth it out. Sort of even it out. So I just like to pat this down and make it look all boom and stuff. I'll be using cream blush because I prefer it to powder blush. If you're pale skinned like me, I would advise using something pale and pink like that. But if you've a more olivey or a more tan skin tone, I'd advise going a little darker, just so it'll look more pink on your skin, because you don't want to make it look pale and weird. So I'm using NYX's Natural Blush, because it's very pale, but still got a nice pinky hue over it. And I like to apply this with my flat top foundation brush again, because it's brilliant and I use it for everything. It's really good. So pop a little bit of this onto the hollows of your cheekbones and a little bit above. Tap off any excess, you don't want to look like a clown. Can you see where I'm applying it? I'm applying it on the line of my cheekbone and I'm pushing it slightly above and into the hollows of my cheekbones because this isn't like a natural sort of on the apples of the cheeks blush look. It's very much a contoured, angular look because JLo has incredible bone structure. Incredible bone structure. She's got gorgeous bone structure, so we're going to try and emulate that. So push this into the hollows of your cheekbones and slightly above just to get a nice pinky hue. Like that. Into the hollows. Tidy. Now, for highlight, I'm using NARS's Albatross because it's really good. It gives your skin a very golden hue. She has this section which is all pale, and it's between it's like the sides of her face, basically, so it's kind of on either side of her nose, under the eyes, and just outwards towards the temples. It's really pale. And because I'm pale all over, I have to sort of fake this paleness by using a highlight so it looks all glowy, like she does in the video. So just pap that onto the area that I was talking about, just on either side of the nose, outwards towards the temples. Now we're contouring. I'm using my flat top foundation brush, again on this Too Faced bronzer, because it's Brillo pads. Pop it into the hollows of your cheekbones. And don't over contour because you don't want to look like a pleb, basically. Just use this to add some angles to your face. You know, you want to create shadow because she's got such great bone structure. And if you don't have good bone structure or it's just not as obvious, you want to fake it. So pop this into the hollows of your cheekbones just to create some nice shadow and dimension. Buff it out as well. You don't want to have two massive lines. You don't want to look like an absolute twerp. There we go. Tidy. Right. I'm putting a little bit more cream blush on actually, just to kind of enhance the pinkness because mine's sort of dissipated and disappeared. So I'm just amping it up a bit. Powder, I am using the Make Up For Ever HD powder because it's white and it's really good. The white in it is going to pale us out a little bit. And because she's got a pale section in the section I was talking about on either sides of the nose and outwards towards the temples, that's where I'm packing it. I'm also doing this because I get oily on either side of my nose and it's annoying. And I'm also going to pop a little bit on my chin. As you can probably see, I use a sponge for powder. I just prefer it this way. I'm also going to pop a little between my eyebrows because I get oily there as well. But do not put it on your forehead because she's glowy there. Take a powder brush, a big fat fluffy one,
use the powder we were using anyway and just pale out that section a little more. Because she's so tan, this would really be quite obvious on her skin, but on mine it's just going to make me look slightly paler there. Now use the same fluffy brush and your contour powder, and I'm going to pop a little on my jawline just to sort of create a really sharp jawline. And I'm going to pop some on the temples as well, because this is going to really contour my face and make it look all structured and lovely, but it's also going to show up that pale section, so make it look more obvious. Now for eyebrows, I'm using the Anastasia Duo in Ash Blonde and Taupe, but I'm using the taupe side on my angled brush. And I'm filling in my brows in a reasonably natural way, because her brows actually look quite natural. They haven't really got a specific shape, so just kind of go with your natural shape. And I would advise using a brow setting gel along with the same time, just so you can smooth your hairs in the direction you want them. Just tame them down. Bad eyebrow hairs. There we go, look at that. Just keep it natural. Now, for lips, I'm using a Revlon lip butter. This is the shade Cupcake. For a start, she's got really nude baby pink lips, and this is a really nude baby pink lipstick. It's also very moisturising. It's got a great sheen over it, so it's nice and shiny. Because she is wearing a lip gloss, which I'm going to pop on top in a second, but as you can see, that's really pale. Look how pale that is. Cracking. I'm using the Philosophy lip gloss. This is in Pink Frosted Cookie. This is just going to add a little bit more shimmer and shine over the top. It's not really going to change the colour that much. And I'm just going to smooth that over, pat it on, whappity whappity whap. There we go, look at that. Thebomb.com. Now we're moving on to eyes. I'm using MAC's Painterly Paint Pot to prime my lids. You need to prime them. We're using a lot of eyeshadow. You don't want it to crease or look weird. So, pack this on with your fourth finger. I always use my fourth finger because it's the one with the least pressure. Push it all the way up to your eyebrows and use some underneath as well on your under eyes, because you're going to be using shadow down there too. Line your waterline with a white liner. This is really going to open out your eyes, make them more bright and shimmery and lovely. And also, because we're using a really pale silvery eyeshadow on the under eyes, you want to make it look all bright underneath that. You don't have like bright and then tired looking eyes. You can use any silver eyeshadow you want, whether it's glittery or not. I'm going to be using one by Sugar Pill. It's in the shade Tiara. This is great. It's silver, but it's got a shimmer glittery thing going on as well. And I'm applying it using the 777 brush from Bdellium. This is flat and quite thin, but picks up a lot of shadow at the same time. Push this on your under eyes, take it right into the inner corners, and begin to drag it outwards on the outer corners. So outwards towards your eyebrows, and right in, like push it towards your nose almost. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm really pushing it in there. Should look like that. Drag it outwards on the outer corners and drag it inwards on the inner corners. And I'm also pulling it up a little bit as well. So when you're done, it should look like that. Upwards and then outwards on the outer corners. Now, for the upper lids, I'm using two shades from my BH Cosmetics 88 colour palette. A pink one and a purple one. Well, kind of pinky purple. But before I do that, I'm going to prime my lids again using the Urban Decay Ransom liner. This is because it's purple. And when you use any sort of purpley or pink shadow over this, it's really going to amp up the volume, if you know what I mean. And you can also create the shape that you want for your eyeshadow. It's like a guideline. So I'm pulling out a little kind of wing on the outer corner. Can you see? A nice wingy thing going on there. Now, take a fluffier brush. I'm using the 781 by Bdellium. Take the pinky shadow, the pinkier version, and pop this over the top of the liner. Can you see what's happened now? This is still pink, but it's more of a pinky purple. But above it, it looks all pink. This is because in the actual video, she's got a complex mix of pink and purple on her lid. It's like a mix of both. And you don't want it to look too obvious. So take a purple shadow, and I'm using a fluffy brush. This is a deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques. Use that on the outer corner and just push it into the pink. This will come together, but it takes time and a lot of effort, and you've got to blend and blend and blend and just keep packing it on. Now take a dark purple eyeshadow, because you want to start creating that slightly triangular feline-y shape on the outer corner. So pack that on where you originally had the shadow, but drag it out towards your eyebrow a little. And blend it in the shape that you want, which is a feline-y cat-eye look. Don't drag it out too far, you don't want to look like a black swan or something, but just make sure it's more triangular. If you make any mistakes, you can just tidy it up with a sponge or a Q-tip or something. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is use a bit of mascara on my lower lashes, and this is because there is no liner on the lower lids themselves, so I'm doing this now so I don't have to worry about it later. Do not put too much on. This much is enough. Keep them clean. Now, for the liner, I'm actually using pencil liner, but I'm using an angled brush to kind of clean up the line and make it more smooth, because I don't like liquid liner, it bothers me. Draw the line with your pencil liner, and then smooth it and shape it using your angled brush. Draw a regular eyeliner line. It's not really anything extravagant, it's just following the shape of your natural eye. So your actual eye, just follow the shape. Don't drag it in too far though, you don't want to close your eyes up. Now I'm going to curl my lashes, because I don't like false lashes. I'm sure she's wearing them, but they just bother me, I really don't like them. And I'm popping a bit more Revlon Grow Lashes on my upper lids, or my upper lashes technically. I mean, you can put mascara on your lids if you want, but you're going to look a bit weird. And I'm going over it with L'Oreal's False Lash Telescopic, because it's really, really, really good. Love that mascara. Look, they look like falsies now. And we're done.
Now we're finally at the end of the video, and my hair is nearly dry, as you can probably tell that I leave my hair to dry naturally. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I really just wanted to share with you this look because Jennifer Lopez's music videos are always really, really good for a start, but the makeup in her music videos, I genuinely adore the makeup she always wears in her music videos. Her makeup in On the Floor was gorgeous. Her makeup in will.i.am's video for The Hardest Ever was gorgeous, which I actually have a tutorial for. I will link that in the down bar if you want to go and see that one. But this is probably my favourite one, I think. I love purple, so we're all good. My contest is still open if you want to win a couple of Sleek palettes, a Revlon lip butter, some Barry M lip glosses. What else have we got? A Maybelline colour tattoo and a Sleek mascara. I'll link that in the down bar. Other than that, I will see you guys soon with my next video. It's basically just a video on how to contour properly, how to apply blush correctly, and how to highlight. So yes, I will see you then. Have a great day wherever you are. Bye bye, you guys.